Graduating students, faculty colleagues, former and current trustees, government officials, distinguished guests, family members, and friends, I warmly welcome all of you to the 121st commencement exercises of Stanford University. And I would like to start this morning by wishing all of the fathers here today a happy Father's Day.
To call my dad.
A special welcome to the seniors and graduate students of Stanford's various schools. Today, we shall award 1,763 bachelor's degrees, 2,302 master's degrees, and 1,023 doctoral degrees. The undergraduate class of 12 includes 307 seniors graduating with departmental honors, 279 graduating with university distinction, 102 students who have satisfied the requirements for more than one major, and 34 with dual bachelor's degrees. 124 are graduating with both a bachelor's and a master's degree, and 355 students have completed minors. Throughout its history, Stanford has attracted students from around the world. This year, 113 members of the undergraduate class are from 50 countries outside the United States. And there are 1,066 awardees of master's and PhD degrees, representing 70 different countries. Now, you may notice that I started out this morning with a group of statistics. But before you jump to the conclusion that I do this because I am a computer scientist, let me say that reciting these statistics is a long tradition at our commencement ceremonies, and one that I am proud to carry on. Of course, this balancing of old and new, the innovative and the traditional, is a challenge that universities have faced for hundreds of years. Universities are prized for their traditions and are often the primary home for discussions and debates about the ancient and timeless questions facing humanity. At the same time, universities must look forward. They must be bold as they contemplate the future and their opportunities. This need to renew and reinvent the university while building on a firm and lasting foundation has been a theme in the speeches of many of my predecessors. Indeed, our first president, David Starr Jordan, in his inaugural address in 1891, reflected on this balance when he said, "It is for us, as teachers and students in the university's first year, to lay the foundations of a school which may last as long as human civilization. It is hallowed by no traditions, it is hampered by none. Its finger posts all point forward." Today, 121 years later, we have established some wonderful traditions, but we have not forgotten President Jordan's exhortation. We remain mindful of the need to reinvent and move forward. As you lead Stanford, I hope you carry a deep appreciation of the values and traditions that are everlasting, as well as a willingness to be bold and to approach challenges with a fresh perspective. It is with the recognition that traditions remain vibrant when they are enthusiastically embraced by succeeding generations that I now invoke a very special Stanford commencement tradition. Graduating students, in the stands behind you are many who have made your Stanford years possible. Parents and grandparents, spouses and children, siblings, aunts and uncles, mentors and friends. Whoever played a role in helping you get to Stanford, or in supporting and encouraging you once you were here, I invite you to please rise, turn to the stands, and join me in saying thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Please be seated, and could I ask the provost to come forward to present the winners of the university awards?
It is my pleasure and privilege to present the Walter J. Gores Awards for Excellence in Teaching. Recommendation for these prizes and for the Lloyd W. Dinkelspiel Awards and the Kenneth M. Cuthbertson Awards were considered by a committee of faculty, students, and staff. I would like to ask the Gores Award winners to come to the stage at this time. The Gores Awards were established by a bequest from Walter J. Gores, a Stanford alumnus of the class of 1917. Gores was a dedicated teacher who strove for excellence during his 30 years as a distinguished professor at the University of Michigan. The Gores Awards recognize excellent teaching at the undergraduate and graduate level as defined in its broadest sense, to include lecturing, discussions, tutoring, advising, and course development. Teaching is a complex art and an essential cornerstone of university life. I will call each recipient forward to receive his or her award, and I ask that you hold your applause until I've announced all of this year's winners. The recipients of the 2012 Walter J. Gores Awards for Excellence in Teaching are Stephen Haber, the A.A. and Jean Welch Milligan Professor of Political Science, and the Peter and Helen Bing Senior Fellow at the Hoover Institution. George Hilly, Associate Professor of Geological and Environmental Sciences. Luke C.D. Stein, PhD candidate in economics. On behalf of the university, I congratulate each of you for this recognition of excellence in your teaching. I would like to ask the Dinkelspiel Award winners to come to the stage at this time. Lloyd Dinkelspiel's service to Stanford included the presidency of the Board of Trustees in the 1950s and was characterized by an enduring concern for the quality of undergraduate education at this university. Shortly after he died in 1959, a memorial fund was established to endow the Lloyd W. Dinkelspiel Awards for distinctive contributions to undergraduate education. I will call each recipient forward to receive his or her award, and I ask that you hold your applause until I've announced all of this year's winners. The recipients of the 2012 Lloyd W. Dinkelspiel Awards for distinctive contributions to undergraduate education are Carol Boggs, Being Director of the Program in Human Biology and Professor teaching Biology. Bridget Martin Hard, Course Coordinator for Introductory Psychology. Otis Reed, undergraduate student in Public Policy and Economics. Michael Tubbs, undergraduate student in Comparative Studies in Race and Ethnicity and Master's candidate in Policy, Organization, and Leadership Studies. On behalf of the university, I congratulate each of you for this significant recognition of your contributions to undergraduate education.
What do you think?